All right, Charlie, we're going to run you through some of the exercises that Jet does to help strengthen his glutes and other muscles, and then stretches so that hopefully you guys can get back out on the pitch soon. Okay, lay all the way down, Jet. So we're going to tell you to do about 20 of everything, hopefully 2 sets through, but eventually you can add in 3 sets or 30 reps or whatever. Okay, so the first one is a single leg glute bridge. So you set your foot and then pull your other leg in, and then you push your hips as high as you can. And you really are supposed to go slow and think a lot about what you're using to lift the hips. So it's really important that you feel the big part of your butt muscle flexing, and you take your time. Okay, so you're going to do 20 each leg. All right. And then once you do that, then you're going to do a side leg lift. So you roll onto your side and you put one leg under and you flex your leg, the top leg. And if you can see here, Jet's toe is pointing toward the ground. Okay. And then now you're going to lift. And this one, you're trying to get your glute medius. So it's the muscle further up here. Okay. And again, you're going to do 20 on both sides, but you got to really flex the leg and flex your quad. Okay, and then after that, you're going to do a straight leg lift. So you lie back on your back. It'll kind of get your hip flexor, your quad, but you should really get tight abs also. So you pull your toes back. It's really important to get your quad flexed, and you're trying to smash the bottom of your knee into the mat. And then you use your core, quad, and hip flexor to lift the leg. And if you get really strong here, you can even have somebody kind of push against you. Go ahead. To add resistance, or we have like some ankle weights. If you end up with ankle weights, you could do that too. So 20 per side. Okay, the next one is a little bit funky, and it's going to get into your anterior tibialis, which is this muscle out here that helps support the knee. Why don't you go on the door? So you lean against a wall. Do you need to move the mat? You lean against the wall. You keep your back kind of forward. So you're leaning off the wall. And then all you do is lift your toes. So it's real important to keep your quads really flexed here. Keep your quads strong so you make your tibialis flex. Okay, 20 of those. And then after that, that's what I would start you with. And then after that, it's really important that you stretch and roll. So if you have a foam roller, we'll show you that in a second. But these are the stretches that I do with Jet. And we also have a strap. You can use a strap if your mom's not available to help, or your dad or your sister or brother. Okay, lie down. So it's important to stretch everything, but we'll go through a whole little circuit. I wanted to say quads, though, are really important to stretch for your Osgood Schlatter. So here, we're stretching the hamstring. And you can also bend this leg if you're super tight. It kind of helps to bend that leg. And then you would just tell whoever's stretching you when to stop. And then once you're there, make sure this hip, here, do this one so he can see. Make sure your hip is on the ground, because it's real easy to like hike the hip up. So make sure that your hip stays down on the ground. You're flexing the foot back and the leg stays straight. So you should feel the stretch in the belly of the hamstring, the big muscle in the back of the leg. And then once you're at that position that you can breathe and you're not in extreme pain, you should hold it for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go back to this leg. So we do a whole sequence. We do a hamstring stretch, and then you keep the leg straight. I kind of lock my foot here so that he doesn't move his left leg. And then you pull this leg over straight. And this will kind of help stretch your IT band through the glute and the back. And then depending on your flexibility, you can even push it further up toward his shoulder. 30 seconds, and then you come back and you bend this knee and you cross it over the other one. And then you can also use a wall or a couch if you don't have somebody's leg. And you make sure your hips are level on the ground, and you gently pull the other knee away so you feel your glute stretch on that side. So again, 30 seconds. And then Jet, go ahead and flip over and go into your lunge stretch, and then I'll get your quad from there. So this one you want to be really, really careful with, not to pull too fast or too hard, because you don't want to stress the knee more. But we want to make sure we're stretching the quad. So it's really important that Jet tucks, or that you tuck your hips under, and you already kind of feel a stretch in the hip flexor on the front. And then you just gently lift up the leg, tuck your hips under. So you can hold on your own, you can use something else. But if you don't feel stretch here in your quad, then you really make sure you're just tucking your hips under. Okay, and then you do that one. Another good one is the pigeon. So you take your front leg and you cross it over and lay with one leg under and one leg forward. 30 seconds there. And then if you have a roller, if you don't have a roller, actually I would highly recommend you get one. This is a little one. I don't know, which one do you prefer, Jet? Big one. Okay, and you can roll everything, but we'll just show you your quads. Yeah. So you can place your quad and you just roll back and forth. And that'll kind of help release the muscle in there too, because what's happening is that tight muscle is pulling on your tendon, patellar tendon, and that's causing the inflammation and stress on the knee. All right, I hope you do them. You can check in with Jet and he'll keep you motivated, hopefully. You'll keep him motivated. Bye.